She did travel with the team and tested it out on ground a little bit earlier, but just couldn't get through the fitness test, and the club felt not worth risking, obviously, a more serious injury.
Cameron Paddy is the referee. Another Super Saturday is underway on Fox League, starting again with NRLW. And let's see what the Roosters can do in this opening set. Their forwards, Maya Hill, Moana, Millie Boyle. And it's Baxter with an early shift here to one of those players I mentioned. So Hill, Moana on to Millie Boyle. What sort of statement do they give us in the opening few sets, the Roosters, as they explore on the left through Olivia Koenig? 3-try assist for Olivia last week. Now back to the middle. A second run for Boyle, and that's the sort of tackle that Samaima Taufa, you'd imagine, will need for the 70 minutes today. Zahara Temera there as well. With an offload here, it was Keely Joseph to Hill Moana. And she'll take tackle 5.
Hold Marcus Samaima, wait! Go last.
And out for the completion. Kelleher goes high, straight down the ground, takes the first catch for the afternoon. And Arpy Nichols caught a little high and getting a penalty as a result.
No kicks, the chasers know the kick's on. I can constantly see Ashley Quinlan speaking to her left edge. The Canberra Raiders are very in sync this week.
The kick taken by Arpy Nichols, who goes straight to Grace Kemp. It was a bullish start by the Roosters, but here come the Raiders after handling that. Quinlan with Burton over the top of her. Shante Temora. Here's Grace Kemp again. Grace Kemp says, I've scored. The first NRLW Raiders try in Canberra, delivered by Grace Kemp. The 22-year-old out of Harden. Look at the smile.
Raiders are able to cross the home side. The fans have gone nuts.
You could feel that one building.
Zahara Temera, the most experienced NRLW player there is. Knocks over the conversion. It is 6-0 in favour of the home team. The time might make it largely irrelevant. They'll get the ball back. Would have been a long-range shot had the referee adjudicated otherwise. And here's Kelleher.
They need to set up for a play. There's only 1 second remaining in the first half.
Pani Hopawati just taking a hit up. Time should expire before the play the ball is complete, but there's no siren. And now you hear it. And Shorten Burton is stopped. And the Canberra Raiders will go to the break in front. Just one try in the first half, Corey, scored by Grace Kemp. Canberra forced the Roosters into 4 dropouts. The Raiders only missed 9 tackles in the first half, but they'll start the second with the ball. And it's taken by Temora, who goes straight to the hard-running Kerahetina Matua. The last words, Sammy, of Darren Borthwick must have been, don't rest on your laurels.
No, absolutely not. And what a great return of the ball we've seen there. A player that has played for the Cook Islands in the Rugby League World Cup and was so hard to handle. Great recruitment from the Canberra Raiders.
Matua on the surge as Temora drifts across the ground and goes to Samaima Taufa. 3 years as a Rooster, Samaima, 2 at Parramatta. And here she is to co-captain the Raiders in their inaugural season. Temora through Quinlan. Arpy Nichols, dangerous in the fullback role. Arpy Nichols, straight through. Here's try number 2. Shael Robbins-Ratti running off Arpy Nichols. What a way for Canberra to start the second half.
Well, they
brilliant.
Well and truly picked up where they left off for the Canberra Raiders. A wonderful set coming out of their own end. Come out this left-hand side, out the back. Wonderful combination. Nichols, who's had a terrific game, just gets back off the left foot, disperses of Keller. And all of a sudden, the Roosters, straight after half-time, 10-0 behind, kick the cup.
Yeah, I think it was the first time that we've seen the Canberra Raiders, cause a bit of havoc on those edges. They tried to spread the ball nice and early in the first half, but, it sort of looked like they were going a little bit sideways before they went forward. Obviously something they've picked up at half-time and tried to improve on, and certainly have straight away. We spoke earlier about Arpy Nichols, how talented she is. She's an absolute threat with the ball.
To break 100 NRLW points, the first player to do so. Flags are up. Zahara Temera, most capped NRLW player.
If I'm Corbin Baxter now, I am screaming for a little bit of kick pressure on that. Too much time with the ball. She shouldn't have that amount of time to get her hands in position to be able to kick such a difficult one to catch.
The voice of one fullback feeling for another fullback. As Corbin Baxter gives Canberra great possession here. Kemp, can she wind up? Racing in, Odessa Bullet. Made sure that didn't happen. Here's Quinlan. Quinlan asking questions now, offloading. Barnes for Taufa. Samaima Taufa, the co-captain, crashes over right underneath the crossbar. Canberra get a third. They go further ahead.
But check out her footwork when they come back to her on this line. Same from Ashley Quinlan. Great speed, great footwork, keeping it alive, and the confidence and footwork of Samaima Taufa to back herself and go underneath the sticks. Canberra Raiders, where have you come from?
Well, the Canberra Raiders, they are just building in confidence. We've seen off the back of a defensive display in the first half. Unbelievable. But this here is some great now. So just have a look at the defensive play here from the Roosters. Straight away, they are sideways on their own line, and already Quinlan, just left foot bang, finds a little bit of space back on the inside. Taufa again, defensive.
Zahara Temera makes it 18-0. Who would have thought we would have had to raise this stat? The Sydney Roosters.
Certainly not. Now, I know that wasn't a fair tackle or a fair hit, but there is absolutely no intimidation factor from these Canberra Raiders towards the Sydney Roosters.
That's a point well made, Sammy. The way they've played, they have not been intimidated from the kickoff, when the Roosters applied plenty of pressure over the first 15 minutes. Aitken, long, here's Kelly, outside now, Bridie Parker, diving for the corner. This time there's enough room. Bridie gets the Roosters first, and there's still plenty of time to go in this one.
Yeah, 18.5 minutes remain on the clock, and the Roosters are able to cross down this left-hand side. Once again, all afternoon, they've stood tall. Taryn Aiken has started to really impose herself in the game. Marua just makes the wrong decision defensively. Shaq Tungai unable to come across. Temera also.
Yeah, for sure, and I like it when Isabel Kelly just holds the ball and squares up a little bit. She's such a threat. We've said that over and over again this game. She's such a threat with the ball. Instead of trying to run on the out and creating no space for Bridie Parker, she just stands up a little bit, stays square, keeps the defenders on her. A nice little pass to Bridie Parker. Off the back of such a strong win, you overlook all the small things that need to happen leading up to scoring those points. Quite the opposite role. The Raiders coming off a loss and so many errors and not playing so well last week. It's almost worked in their favour for this game.
My apologies to Shorten Burton. It was Lexi Kirawee putting it down. The red ribbon fooled me. Lexi making her NRLW debut, called into the 17 because of the injury to Amber Hall. So go well, Lexi Kirawee. But for the time being, it's the Raiders running at them, the Roosters.
How good has Grace Kemp been this afternoon? Up over 110 run metres. That's her fourth offload. She's come up with a try.
This time catching and passing for Taufa, and straight through. Look at the Raiders run through Tara Reinke. Shante Temera to Zahara, the kick off the leg of the Roosters, and Taryn Aiken is off and running. She has Isabel Kelly in support. Taryn Aiken, with those pink boots working overtime, will run the length. Taryn Aiken scores the Roosters' second try. Are they coming to get the Raiders?
Yeah, Taryn Aiken has really imposed herself over recent moments. And this is a huge play. Temera has been outstanding all afternoon with her boot. This time, just the awareness there from Taryn Aiken, and it gets a perfect bounce. And then it's a foot race.
Yeah, we said earlier, no time given to Zahara is the best amount of time, and Taryn Aiken certainly showed that. These competitive Roosters girls, they want to win this. They've still got 14.5 minutes to go. And we're seeing the tide turn. Both teams making errors. Roosters capitalising on one from the Raiders. This is going to give them a little bit of energy here. And this is only the second time today that we've seen the Raiders have to defend off the back of conceding points.
And that's heartbreaking for the Raiders. They have done an exceptional job to work their way.
It's a fun game, except if you're in the coach's box. Darren Borthwick watching a short goal line drop out. It goes to 10, and no one delays their pickup this time. Keely Davis grabbing it. Boyle the juggle. She goes inside. Millie Boyle. Just short, stopped by Nichols. Aitken. The blowtorch being applied to the Raiders right here.
Try here, be super handy for the Roosters in the fight back.
Davis. Now Kirui. Lexi stays on the feet for a long time before being chopped down by Kelly Signs. Is it a crash play? Davis out of dummy, half has scored. Keely Davis steals one.
Just next to the post.
Yeah, great vision from Keely Davis. She does like to have a little run from dummy half. I'm just going to go back here to the short, not to have to defend another defensive effort on their line. They were looking tired. Probably not the best option. They're making this back end of this game really hard for themselves.
Well, Zahara Tamara has been exceptional with the boot, but just some really strange kicks over the last 5 minutes. The first was the kick off, and they got away with that.
From 18-0 down shortly after half-time, it is now 18-14. He's a big, tall, athletic player. Samama Taufa getting high in that tackle. And she's right to continue. Shante Tamara to Taufa. 10 games for New South Wales, 6 for Australia. What a leader she is, whatever competition she's in. Zahara Tamara. And Dodd nearly through the line, was looking for an offload, no one there. The two Tamara sisters combined, long. Here's Quinlan hitting the ball. Mona Lisa Soliola scores the try that should wrap it up for the Raiders. On the charge, Mona Lisa Soliola couldn't be stopped.
Well, it's definitely a name that we've heard between these two teams. Soliola, this time Mona Lisa, after an error. You see here they come off their defensive line 1 to 2 metres before start sliding. Can't do that. Soliola, hard run up between two defenders. An important try with 6 minutes remaining. Gets the Raiders out by a converted try, Matty, and what is going to be, or very could be, the biggest upset.
Zahara Tamara adds the extras, 24-14. Now Uppy Nichols, quick hands, and Wiki shut down, racing up Bridie Parker.
Great defence by Bridie.
What a performance to take forward. Shante Tamara through her sister. A long ball out for Shael Robbins-Retti. Good tackle, Jamie Frazzard. But it's been a better afternoon for Robbins-Retti. She'll lead the game with run meters. The left centre for Canberra. Up towards 170 now. Frazzard and her team will have to...
No, certainly not. I was literally just thinking about that, Matt. These games are better to be had earlier in the season. Ground you a little bit, motivate you a bit.
Now the chip chase from Taryn Aitken. She's already scored one try. Now Nichols knocking the ball on. And the penalty goes to the Roosters, who will have 20 seconds to do something with it.
If she didn't attack the ball and waited for a bounce there, Taryn Aitken was through.
Baxter through the middle. Samama Taufa, the tackler again. Taufa makes her 43rd tackle for the game. Now Tamara and Wiki. The dying seconds of this one. Aitken has the ball. She grubbers into the legs of the Raiders. But Canberra mark their territory in style. It's a big win.